What's up, Juventini? Alberto here. Got all your Juve news. All right, of course, the huge news of Bremer's release clause being confirmed. We're going to take a look at that and the aftermath. What does this mean now for Juventus? How does this change the Mercato and moving forward? All right, and of course, only one player is being named as non-transferable. We'll take a look at that and all the other rumors surrounding Juventus today. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. Let's rock. So we have a list of counterparts that can potentially be used in bringing in our main target potentially in the midfield of Koopmeiners. We know he's got a high price tag, 55 to 60 million euros. They want to bring it down. Here's the list of counterparts. Yildiz Jr., all right, as Gasperini wanted to bring the player in last summer. He's on that list. Sule is also on that list, and then Dean Huijsen, all right? And for Huijsen as well, you have Liverpool, Dortmund, and Leipzig all interested, and Liverpool is the team willing to pay the 40 million euro price tag on Huijsen. However, any discussions about Huijsen moving, I think, have to come to a screeching halt right now with this news about Bremer, all right? So Bremer's release clause has now been confirmed at 60 to 70 million euro variable release clause that kicks in next summer of 2025. There is the 10% sell-on fee that goes to Torino, and he apparently has a pact with Juventus as part of this extension to listen to offers this summer. However, all sources state that Juve's intention is to not sell Bremer this summer, okay? So this is, for me, an awful piece of business from Juventus. This is mind-boggling, really, okay? Any way you break this thing down, any way you want to slice it, it is an epic error in my personal opinion, all right? We have Gleison Bremer, who at the time when we signed him on this extension, okay, we had him contracted to 2027, okay? So even if he said, oh, I might want to move this summer or the next summer, that's fine. We extended him trying to bring down our annual costs. And in doing so, we have applied, okay? So we had him to contract to 2027. We extended him to 2028, bringing the annual cost down 1.5, 1.6 million euros. In the grand scheme of things, doing that, but having to add a 60 to 70 million euro release clause, way under value for the best defender in Serie A, best center back in Serie A at the time when you're getting this extension done, is absolutely mind-boggling to me, all right? Well undervalued. Juve would have been better off not worrying about the 1.5 million annual fee you were bringing yourself down on and just putting him on the open market if he wants to leave and get these teams bidding, because the chances now of teams coming in this summer with this pact and him listening to offers and them willing to go well beyond that fee if he's going to be at that release clause the next season are very slim. This is brutal management in my opinion. This is a big error, all right? I don't like it whatsoever. You guys know the drill. Weigh in on what you think, all right? But now some other things are starting to make sense. And for Huijsen, like I said, that has to come to a screeching halt, and this kid needs to be integrated, and he needs to be integrated next season. Calafiori, the rumors persist with Juve making a big push. This makes sense. All this time, all this news we were hearing about with all these links to center backs, it's all starting to make sense now, all right? And maybe all along, with all this news that we were hearing with Chiesa, Vlahovic, etc., and feeling safe with Bremer, maybe all along Juve knew it was Bremer that was going to be the big name out of those three that was leaving. And we always kind of felt this way. You can go back to podcasts we did earlier on the season where I was saying I feel like one out of these big three guys for us is going to be going. We could be facing a scenario where two of these guys potentially go, but in the background, you have Champions League return next season. You have Club World Cup, of course, then your domestic competitions. We cannot be losing all these guys. You're going to have to bring in some strong pieces as well. So things just got very, very interesting. But Juve definitely has to plan for this Bremer thing. But I just don't like the business, and I think we are cutting ourselves short drastically. But Calafiori makes sense now, and Juve making a big push there. In terms of renewals, Rugani, we're still hearing that they are working on it, but he is starting to get interest around the league, and Milan is one of the sides that might want to try and make a move for Rugani, but all signs still indicate he will be extending with Juventus. Szczesny would like to retire, would like to stay with Juventus, but in terms of the agreement with a lower salary, there has been no agreement from Szczesny and his entourage on a lowered salary. We have to follow that one, all right? The only player right now being listed as non-transferable in today's news is Kenan Yildiz, and I don't even know whether I should believe it or not, to be honest. This is a wild turn of events today, but in terms of Yildiz moving forward, brought you the YouTube short that he could potentially be playing up top with Federico Chiesa against Lazio, and Keane is the only striker available, has only got 22 minutes trying to get back into it. We've got confirmations. Milik is out. Alcaraz will not be playing in this one, and Vlahovic is dealing with suspension. Sekulov from Next Gen is going to be called into the squad list, but there is the potential for Yildiz and Chiesa to start. I don't think it's going to really be strong or work because we're not going to do everything else around it. I just don't have faith we will to make it work. But we're at a point now where you just got to try something and you got to see what kind of hits. And Moise Kean, to put a lot of faith in him, I don't really have it. You guys know the drill. Hit me in the comments with what you think. That wraps up your news break, though. Big news today. You guys like the video, share the content, subscribe. But what do you think about management's move with Bremer? Hit me and let's mix it up. Back tomorrow with another daily update video. As always, no matter what, good news, bad news, indifferent news, it's fino alla fine. Forza Juve. Ciao tutti. Talk real soon.